I feel like when you're losing weight, like, you can be in such a vulnerable position because you've gotten to a point where you don't like the way that you look. That is a tough life. And we just get so caught up in this that we just start to take extreme measures. The first thing that I have on my list is processed food, okay? And this is the first thing on my list because this is what held me back from losing weight as an overweight child. I was eating processed food in every meal. It was a bulk of my meal. Maybe I had some steamed vegetables, or I had some canned fruit, or, you know, maybe I'll have a fresh piece of fruit here and there. But a majority of my diet was processed foods, processed meats. And one thing that I learned when I went plant-based was that processed foods process you. So the more processed you eat, the more likely you are to have extra fat storage on your body. What did you have this morning? What are you having for dinner? And look at the ingredient labels, look at the nutrition facts. A lot of people, they just lose consciousness with their food, and they don't realize that almost everything they're eating is processed. You don't realize it until you start writing things down in a food journal and you start reading ingredient labels. You're like, oh shit, everything that I put in my body is super processed, it's super bad for me. So you need to just start thinking before you eat. And if you're trying to get that excess weight off of you, you are overweight, you want to be staying away from as many processed foods as possible. Look into an 80-20 lifestyle. 80% of your life should be plant-based, whole foods. No, I did not say vegan, I said whole foods. It's got an extensive list of ingredients. You can't read half the ingredients. Well, that is probably not a health food. It's probably not going to aid in your weight loss, and you should reconsider buying that product. Number 2, weight loss surgery. Unfortunately, it gets to the point where some people get weight loss surgery. They choose to get weight loss surgery, or their doctor tells them that they don't have a choice. Whatever the case is, the biggest danger with that is that there is never a mental change, okay? And I believe that the mind controls you, it controls your life. Unless they're doing brain surgery, you are going to put that weight back on, and I've seen it plenty of times. I know way too many stories where people go and get weight loss surgery, and then they, you know, 2-3 years later, they're slowly putting back on the same weight that they got weight loss surgery for. I wouldn't even want it to get to that point. If you are considering weight loss surgery, or you have gotten weight loss surgery, the biggest thing that I want you to understand is that this is a mental game. If you cannot mentally overcome your challenges, then it will never happen for you in a holistic way. By holistic, when you're changing aspects of your life, you're cutting people off, you're cutting off toxic thoughts, you're cutting off childhood traumas and addictions to unhealthy foods. That's when you're gonna lose the weight, and it's actually gonna stay off because you did the mental work. You know, there's just so much risk, and there's so many complications that can come. I think that it is just way too extreme a measure, definitely for me. I understand that there are people who have to get this surgery for certain reasons, and I'm not saying that I'm here to make that decision for you, but what I'm saying is I just encourage everyone to take a natural approach. It's just a whole nother aspect of knowledge that I was able to tap into. I was able to challenge myself and overcome a challenge. The last thing is comparison. Never compare yourself to other people. You'll never look exactly like the next girl. What I believe is that we are all unique, and you should never be striving to look like someone else. You should be striving to look like your best self, and you will honestly be surprised how much you will start to love yourself more. A lot of things that, you know, I thought I wanted to look like were already there. They were just under the fat. So I'm extremely proud, and I'm extremely, you know, happy and relieved that I was able to lose so much weight. But the message that I'm trying to deliver to you guys is you're never gonna look like the next person. So, you know, a lot of girls ask me, well, how tall are you, or how long did it take you to lose? Like, our bodies are not the same, so it's not gonna happen the same way for you that it happened for me. And also mentally, we have different programming. I was raised one way, you were raised another way. You like certain foods that I don't like. I like certain foods that you don't like. So everyone's journey is gonna be a little bit different. It's amazing to get inspiration. It's amazing to work with mentors, to work with coaches, to get advice from people. But never think that it's gonna 100% work out for you the same way that it happened for someone else. If you enjoyed this video, please leave me a like. Please subscribe to my channel, and also don't forget to follow me on Instagram. Thank you guys so much for watching.